1 minute begins. Time is up. You may begin.
Is there any new business?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that the Amboy FFA chapter sponsor an SAE grant program to help first-year members start an SAE project beginning in the 2025-2026 school year.
Second.
Madam Chair, I object to consideration of the question.
The consideration of the question is being objected to. Shall we consider this motion? All those in favor of considering, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With a count of 4 in favor of considering and 1 opposed, the affirmative has it, and we will consider this motion. Is there any debate?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I made this main motion because I feel like we have a lot of new FFA members in our chapter, and they're all very involved in our FFA chapter, but some of them might not have the financial responsibility and needs to start a successful SAE program. Having an SAE program is a very, very important member of being an FFA chapter and being a member of our FFA chapter, so having this grant program would help them kickstart their FFA journey. That's why I strongly urge you all to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm in favor of this motion because our first-year members they don't have an SAE to start with, and I think it's very important for them to get an SAE, as it helps them in their future, and it also is a great idea for these projects to demonstrate their classroom out-of-work experience and out of the classroom. So I urge you to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm strongly opposed to this motion because all of our first-year members don't even have summer jobs or anything or any jobs that they can do an SAE on, so I just do not even feel like that this main motion is worth talking about. That's why I urge you all to vote opposed.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 2.
I'm opposed to this motion because a grant program would cost a lot of money, and we recently spent a lot of money on 8 new welders for our metal shop. So I do not think that we'd have the funds to do this. So I all urge you to vote opposed.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am in favor of this motion as our first-year members would not know what an SAE is. It would be better for us to show them what an SAE is so that they can get started and get more involved in the FFA. So please vote in favor of this motion.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 5.
I move to postpone this motion indefinitely.
Is there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 5 and seconded by Delegate 2 that we postpone this main motion indefinitely. This is debatable, however, is not amendable and requires a majority vote to pass. Is there any debate?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
I made this postponed indefinitely because I feel like that this main motion is just not worth talking about at all, and I feel like we should just kill this right now. That's why I urge you all to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm strongly opposed to this postpone because we have not been talking about this for long enough. We still have 4 members that need to debate and share their thoughts on this main motion. That's why I strongly urge you all to vote opposed to this postpone.
Is there any further debate? Seeing none, we will now proceed to a vote. All those in favor of postponing this main motion indefinitely, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Noes have it, motion fails. Is there any further debate on the main motion?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to amend the main motion by inserting the word freshman after chapter so that it now reads, I move that our FFA chapter freshmen sponsor an SAE grant program to help first-year members start an SAE project beginning in the 2025-2026 school year.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 4 and seconded by Delegate 1 that we insert the word freshman after chapter so that it now reads our FFA chapter freshmen sponsor an SAE grant program to help first-year members start an SAE project beginning in the 2025-2026 school year. This is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote to pass. Is there any debate?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The FFA motto says that we should live to serve, and I feel like that if we have our freshmen do this, they will be living to serve, and I feel like that they were just in there for shoes last year as they can help the future members for their first year to come out and start. So I urge you to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am strongly opposed to this motion as we put our freshmen in charge of a strawberries fundraiser earlier this year and no freshmen signed up. We had no strawberries grown and no strawberries sold and it was a horrible time. So I feel our freshmen will not do anything for this motion. So please vote opposed to it.
I rise to a question of privilege.
State your question of privilege.
Can we open the door? It's really stuffy in here.
No, it may not. The temperature is adequate as it is. Question denied.
I move to appeal the decision of the chair.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 1 and seconded by Delegate 3 to appeal the decision of the chair. All those in favor of upholding the decision of the chair, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it. Chair's decision is upheld.
I rise to a division of the assembly.
Division of the assembly has been called by Delegate 1. We will not proceed to take a more accurate vote. All those in favor of upholding the decision of the chair, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With the count of 3 in favor and 2 opposed, the ayes have it and the chair's decision is upheld.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 2.
I am opposed to this amendment because our freshmen are simply lazy. They won't be able to sponsor this because most of them do not have a work ethic, and that's why most of them do not have jobs. They're super lazy, and all they do is sit at home all day and sit on their couches. That's why I urge you to vote opposed.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
I move to take a 5-minute recess.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 5 and seconded by Delegate 4 that we take a 5-minute recess. Are there any amendments? Seeing none, we will not proceed to a vote. All those in favor of taking a recess, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Noes have it. Motion fails.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm strongly in favor of this amendment to our main motion because I feel as though our freshmen need a little bit more responsibility. Yes, they can be a little unresponsible sometimes and a little bit reckless in our school, but I think that they just haven't had the opportunity to have responsibility shown in their school, their community, or in our FFA chapter. This would be the perfect opportunity to show them that responsibility means a lot in their lives and in our FFA chapter and community. That's why I think we should give them this main motion by voting yes on the amendment.
I rise for a parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
How many times can a member debate a motion?
According to Robert's Rules of Order, a member can debate a motion twice.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 4.
I move to limit debate to 1 debate per member.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 4 and seconded by Delegate 3 that we limit debate to 1 debate per member. Are there any amendments? Seeing none, we will now proceed to a vote. All those in favor of limiting debate, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With the count of 2 in favor and 3 opposed, the noes have it and the motion fails.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 2.
I move to refer this to a committee of 5 chapter officers appointed by the chair and that they report back to us our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 2 and seconded by Delegate 4 that we refer this to a committee of 5 chapter officers appointed by the chair and that they report back to us at our next regularly scheduled meeting. This is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote to pass. Is there any debate?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 2.
I made this motion because I think that our 5 chapter officers are the wisest people at this entire school, and I think that they would have the most knowledge on how to do something like this. That's why I urge all of you to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am in favor of this motion because we just got a newly elected chapter officer team, and I think that this is a great idea for them to get something to start off with. And I also believe that they are very efficient and they are a great group of kids to work with. So I urge you to vote in favor.
I rise for parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
What vote is required to pass this motion?
A majority vote is required to pass this motion.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
I am strongly opposed to referring this to committee of 5 chapter officers because 2 of our chapter officers just went through a really nasty breakup, and the entire officer team is picking sides and picking fights, so they'll not be able to work well on this topic at all. That's why I urge you all to vote no.
Madam
It's a
Chair.
parliamentary inquiry.
State your inquiry.
Our guests are allowed to debate at our meetings.
According to Robert's Rules of Order, guests are not allowed to debate at our meetings.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 2.
I move to suspend the rules that interfere with guests debating at our meetings.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 2 and seconded by Delegate 4 that we suspend the rules that interfere with guests debating at our meetings. All those in favor, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With a count of 2 in favor and 3 opposed, the noes have it and the motion fails.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm strongly in favor of this refer to committee because I feel as though our chapter officers are the wisest people in the school. We elected them for a reason, and I think that we should give them this opportunity to decide on this motion. That's why I strongly urge you all to vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm opposed to this motion. As our officers have never gotten to us in a timely manner, they all just mess around in the committee meetings and never actually discuss the business. So please vote opposed to this motion.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
I move to postpone this motion to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 5 and seconded by Delegate 3 that we postpone this main motion to our next regularly scheduled meeting. This is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote to pass. Is there any debate?
Madam Chair.
Delegate 5.
I made this postponed to the next regularly scheduled meeting because at our next meeting we will have way more members in attendance, so therefore we will actually be able to talk about this topic with more ideas. That's why I urge you all to vote in favor.
I
Madam
asked a
Chair.
question of privilege.
State your question.
Can we turn the AC on? It's very hot in here.
No, it may not. The meeting room temperature is adequate as it is. Question denied.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am in favor of this motion because I believe that in order to do this, we should think about it and get back with the correct answer. As that the creed says that I believe that to to think clearly and work efficiently. So I just think that if we postpone this, we will come back with the proper answer to think efficiently. So please vote in favor.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 2.
Due to a guest speaker waiting, I move to lay this motion on the table.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 2 and seconded by Delegate 5 that we lay this motion on the table due to our guest speaker waiting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Noes have it, motion fails.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 3.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am in favor of postponing this motion because we will have more members at our next meeting. Right now, there's a track meet going on, so we don't have as many members as we would have at our next scheduled meeting. So please vote in favor of postponing this.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I call for previous question.
Second.
Previous question has been moved by Delegate 1 and seconded by Delegate 3. This will end debate and initiate a vote. All those in favor of previous question, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With a count of 3 in favor and 2 opposed, that's still not 2/3, and the motion fails.
Madam Chair,
Delegate 2.
I'm in favor of this motion as we've already been talking about this for so long and we haven't gotten anywhere, so I think that we should postpone this. That's why I urge you to vote in favor.
Is there any further debate? Seeing none, we will now proceed to a vote. All those in favor of postponing this to our next regularly scheduled meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it, motion passes.
I call for division of the assembly.
Division has been called by Delegate 4. We will now proceed to take a more accurate vote. All those in favor of postponing this, please rise. Thank you. All opposed, please rise. Thank you. With a count of 4 in favor and 1 opposed, the ayes have it, and we will postpone this motion.
Madam Chair.
Delegate 3.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
It has been moved by Delegate 3 and seconded by Delegate 5 to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no.
No.
Ayes have it, motion passes. Meeting adjourned. Please rise for questioning.
Okay, Delegate 1, you have appeal. Name 2 unamendable privileged motions that an appeal yields to.
Can you repeat the question?
Name 2 unamendable privileged motions that an appeal yields to.
Adjourn and question of privilege.
Second question. If the chair's response to a parliamentary inquiry was that a motion was currently not in order, what 3 steps would be necessary to obtain a vote of the assembly on the chair's response?
Can you repeat the question?
If the chair's response to a parliamentary inquiry was that a motion was currently not in order, what 3 steps would be necessary to obtain a vote of the assembly on the chair's response?
You would call for an appeal, and after that, you would call for a division, and then you would take a vote on your parliamentary inquiry.
Thank you. Number 2, you had suspend the rules. Describe the standard descriptive characteristics for the motion to suspend the rules that relate to seconding, the vote required for adoption, and if it can be made when another member has the floor.
It must be seconded. Takes a 2/3 vote to pass, and you cannot make the motion while another has the floor.
Second question. Robert's Rules of Order newly revised lists 5 types of rules that cannot be suspended by any vote. Name 3 of these rules.
Corporate charter, constitution and bylaws, and rules of order.
Thank you. Number 3, you have adjourn. The privileged motion to adjourn is made in an unqualified form. What does that mean?
It means that when you move to adjourn at this moment.
Name 3 parliamentary steps that are in order while the privileged motion to adjourn is pending.
You can call for orders of the day. You can make announcements of important stuff, like you can make important announcements and announce if you are going to do something that needs previous notice, like a rescind.
Number 4, you had limit debate. Name 3 ways that the motion to limit or extend limits of debate can limit debate.
Can you please repeat the question?
Name 3 ways that the motion to limit or extend limits of debate can limit debate.
3 ways you can limit debate is extending the time, limiting debate to 1 debate, or adding debates so each member could get more debates, like 5 debates. Or shortening the time, so each member could debate for less time, so like 3 minutes.
Thank you. Second question. An order limiting debate to 1 debate per person on a main motion is in place. Can a member move to extend the limits of debate to 2 debates per person? Explain your answer.
Can you please repeat that?
An order limiting debate to 1 debate per person on a main motion is in place. Can a member move to extend the limits of debate to 2 debates per person? Explain your answer.
If that motion to limit debate to 1 debate passed, then that would be taken up. But then when they made a motion to extend debate back to 2 debates, then they could, if it's passed, then they could do that.
Delegate number 5, you had postponed definitely.
Yep.
What are the 2 types of orders of the day?
If you make or special orders of the day and call for orders of the day.
Name 2 ways the subsidiary motion to postpone to a certain time may be amended.
You can amend it to when you're postponing it. Can you repeat the question?
Name 2 ways the subsidiary motion to postpone to a certain time may be amended.
By adding or striking out.
Last but not least, Madam Chair. After a debatable motion is made and seconded, what 3 statements may the chair make after restating the motion to invite debate?
They could say, is there any debate? Is there any discussion? Or is there any, does anybody have anything to say?
Your second question is a 2-part question. How does the presiding officer speak of himself or herself?
They refer to themselves as the chair.
When should the presiding officer refer to members by their name?
During informal consultation.
All right. Thank you very much. Good job. You guys can leave your motion cards and your numbers here, and you are free to go.